Yeah, what's good, cryptocurrency fans out there? Welcome back to the Everything Altcoin channel. Today, we're going to be talking about an altcoin in the Zora ecosystem that you guys do not want to miss. Because if you guys missed out on Zora, this can actually be like the Zora beta type play that you guys can actually play. If it runs up the way I think it's going to run up, because we already got in very early. We've been hunting these Zora creator coins, Zora altcoin, Zora ecosystem coins, whatever you guys want to call it, this whole time, and we found a bunch that we already prepared to, you know, ride the wave on. And as I always say, if you're paying attention to this channel, you're going to be early to a lot of different altcoins before some of your favorite content creators even talk about them. And when you're in the Patreon group, you get into it very early as well. So before we get into talking about all of that, I would like to ask you guys, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. We're on the road to 20k subscribers. If you guys want to help out with that, hit that red subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment what you guys think down below, and while you guys are down there, you guys can hit that Discord link to join the Discord to continue the crypto conversation we're having daily. And you guys can DM me asking all your questions on how that Patreon group works. As you guys know, we have been hitting on some bangers in that Zora ecosystem, some banger based altcoins overall. A lot of them are starting to run as more people are starting to pay attention to them. So if you guys do not want to miss out on the base alpha, you guys got to check out that Patreon group as of right now. As you guys can see, that OG tier has been sold out, but you guys can get into the regular tier, of course. Right now, there's a deal going on Patreon. You guys can check it out, get your feet wet, see how things work out. And of course, don't forget to check out my ebook on the Essentials to Master in Tokenomics. Is now on Amazon. Links will be for that will be in the description down below and in the comment section down below. This will help you guys pick out the next gem of your cryptocurrency portfolio. Once you're able to understand market cap, FDV, circulating supply, vesting, right, narratives, all of that is very important to picking out the gem of your cryptocurrency portfolio. So check that out, and let's get into the video here. So it's been a beautiful few days for Zora as of right now, and it's still not even at the price target I gave it. Where should it be? About that $1 billion market cap, right? But you had Vitalik talking about it, how he's going to onboard. People been chasing a Vitalik meme on there, a Vitalik coin on there. I don't know if it's his coin, but that's for another video. You even got Antum also talking about it, right? Its all-time high was just a day ago where it hit 14 cents, so it's only down 21% from its all-time high right now. People are they calling it Zora-lined. I don't even know what they're calling it anymore, but they just telling you guys have been sidelined. You guys missed out on some decent gains from Zora, but it's got a little bit more, I believe. And right now it's getting to the point where it's becoming a bigger market cap that a lot of you guys do not even want to play, right? But just like virtuals, we were able to find a bunch of plays actually, right? And we got into a bunch of these plays very early, this one being one of them that we actually just got in very early before a lot of people started talking about it, and still not even enough people talking about it right now. And it's called dockerzxbt. Now if you guys probably seen some of my tweets on X, you could follow me there as well, right? Everything_alt, right? I've been telling you guys on X about it too, but we got in on the Discord, the Patreon side, very early, and you guys could even see it posted on Patreon as of right now for the evidence of what prices we got into it. This is just, to me, this is starting to become just like virtuals, just like the early days of virtuals. We was hunting out the early virtual plays and we was making a killing, and Dockers seemed to be one of them. And Dockers also did hit a recent high of up here somewhere. I forgot how much. I think that was like a $5 million market cap or so, close to $6 million market cap, right? Very, very, very good, right? Now this is basically like a ETF, they want to call it, like a Zora fund, a Zora ETF. This, I don't think they don't have any affiliation to the Zora team whatsoever, but they do have a flywheel that is looking pretty good actually, to give you guys exposure to the Zora ecosystem without actually having to buy so many Zora altcoins and things like that, right? Now that's one reason I won't be selling this for a little bit as of right now. There is some FUD going on though. There is some FUD we're going to address at the later part of the video, right? Now I believe that Dockers and zxbt are going to be some top Zora plays. There's one more we also did get into in the Patreon group that I believe is going to be another good play into their ecosystem as well. So you can already see AIXBT talking about it. Zora platform, right, scaling hard with Docker's flywheel launching, right? So the AIs are starting to figure out a little bit about Docker. Now, like I said, they have no affiliation to Zora's team whatsoever, but they do have a decent team here. As you guys can see, the co-founder of Dockers here is very active. He's from Folks Finance, right? Now the thing is, if Zora is able to if Dockers is actually able to get the attention of Zora, that'll be some big ish right there, right? This could really go crazy if Zora gets there, if they get Zora attention, Now, they're already starting to do a bunch of buybacks. We're going to talk about the buybacks later on, but you guys can see Docker's buyback 10,000, right? To date, they have done $30,000 in buyback. So the flywheel continues to produce juice. Zora pumps, trading fees increase, right? Creator coins pump, Docker's buyback occurs, fees reinvested, creators win, holders win. So for basically all the fees that they're generating, things like that, they're going to be using that as a buyback to actually buy creator coins. They actually explain how they're going to do it. They have selected creator coins that they're going to buy to put into their essentially their ETF fund. They have deployed a $100,000 docker/WETF pool on Aerodrone, which I should be actually doing a little bit of just to see if I can collect some fees too, right? Now, as more people start to figure out that this is pretty much, they're kind of comparing it to virtuals, as I've been doing for a while as of right now, right? So Zora is hitting escape velocity. Docker's still relatively unknown, under 1,000 holders, which is crazy, right? Shows that we're still very early on this play. Now imagine when people start to catch on to what Dockers is. Actually, even more, it's interesting about Zora because of this right here. Anthem put out this tweet: do you have a Zora account? Right, 71% of the people that voted in his poll said no. That is crazy to me, right? So right now, I do also wanted to highlight what Roofies on Fire said. Hot take: Zora is a short-term fad like Friend Tech and Rodeo, and I'm sure someone can help me name the others that all have tried to do something crypto related to social media platform that no one needs. Now, a lot of these people got burned by the Friend Tech airdrop. Anthem even said he's been holding Friend Tech for how he had $1 million Friend Tech airdrop that he was holding for a long time, wrote it basically down to zero. And a lot of people are mad that Zora came out of nowhere and take off. They're essentially being able to succeed where these other social media platforms have failed. Something like Friend Tech, I think it was on, I forgot where it was on actually. Was it on Base? I forgot. But anyways, they had no other, like the actual layer that they're built on pushing them. Coinbase is actually pushing Zora as of right now, and a lot of these people felt like basically they just missed a run on Zora, so they're kind of a little bit mad about that, of course, right? And calling it a fad, of course, there's a bunch of narratives that come and go, right? But just like virtuals in the early days, people calling virtuals or AI agents just fads, right? But continue to miss what was going on. Essentially, what's going on for like the onboarding process for Zora. A lot of these projects, well, not projects, a lot of creators are getting onboarded onto Zora as of right now. And this is huge for Dockers if they are able to become very successful. And this is the tweet I was talking about here. Anthem talks about how he was the #1 user of Friend Tech and essentially rode $1 million airdrop to zero and watch Zora speed run to $500 million market cap. And Jesse tells him it's still early. Essentially now, if Anthem is able to create his own creator coin or whatever, we already know he's one of the biggest crypto X users out there, content creators, right? If he creates a platform, creates a coin on Zora, whatever it may be, that's going to go to the moon. And people have been chasing one that Vitalik has done. I don't know if he's done it himself, but essentially people have been, looking for what Vitalik has been tweeting out as well. So it's hard to just fade Zora at this point in time when you even have Vitalik talking about it. And another big content creator on X, Clemente, has added Dockers onto his meme coin exposure portfolio thing that he's actually doing as of right now. So the onboarding continues and people are starting to notice Dockers as well. Now, hitting over to their website here, this is where you guys can buy the fun token, learn a little bit more of the AUM. So the Docker flywheel generated from creator coins long are automatically used to buy back the Docker token. Fees from Docker's transactions are reinvested to long more creators. This creates a powerful self-sustaining token flywheel, reinforcing Dockers as a tokenized fund and rapidly scaling investment in the Zora creator coins. So on their website, under the asset under management, which is AUM, right, they seeded with $40,000, and now Dockers holds more than $200,000 in assets. As you guys can see the breakdown here. And if you guys don't even want to check on the website here, they even put their D-Bank down there, so you guys can look into everything they have on there. This is also a good way to find new creator coins that you may want to invest in. That's a hint right there, right? Now, as I said, there has been a little bit of FUD going on I believe that this is going to be like short-term FUD. Maybe some people that just missed their entry are now looking for the entry. This guy here is talking about something being pretty suspicious, and of course one of the founders of Dockers actually is addressing everything in the comments. They're having a conversation. Seems like there's a mix up between what he knows and what has been publicly stated. And as HNW Crypto puts out, the Dockers FUD is heating up, friends, and that's a signal. Usually means two things: more and more people are becoming aware of the project and realizing that they're sidelined. Two, people FUD for entries on good tech, but the train has left the station and we ain't slowing down. So either way, you guys got to look into it. As of right now, we've already got a decent position. I've taken some decent profits off of it because I could have had a crazy gain on it, but I had to start taking some profits at some point in time, and I'm still holding up pretty nicely on this, and it's still very early for Dockers. But this to me right now is a good way to actually invest into, get exposure to the entire Dockers ecosystem, not Dockers, sorry, Zora's ecosystem, even though I'm betting on them on the side, whichever ones I do like. I've already started calling them out, and I told you guys I'm diving deep into the Zora ecosystem, and I'm finding some decent plays everywhere. So if you guys don't want to miss out on those plays and want to be early onto those plays, you guys got to check out that Patreon group. And don't forget, we're on the road to 20k subscribers. If you guys want to help out with that, hit that red subscribe button. I'll check you guys later. Peace, YouTube.